So over there you can see them. Here they come a-running. They're my little sheepies. They're my little sheepies. Admittedly, Boots at this point will be thinking, oh, now I have to run uphill. I don't want to run uphill. But, so here we go. These are Boots and Mittens. They are my birthday sheep, excuse me, as I'm about to yell again. Boots! Mittens! Come here, sheepies! These are my sheepies. On my birthday, I was given these sheep. And the point of being given these sheep is because we've got this paddock, as well as I do a lot of knitting and crochet. So the in-laws gave me the sheep. Come on, Boots! Come on, Mittens! And it's been an ongoing saga of, first of all, will they live, because they were orphan lambs, and then it became, will they ever love me, and now it's become, what am I going to do with their yarn? So this is Boots. Boots is the one with the brown face, and Mittens is the one with the white face. And then there's my third sheep, Rocky, who isn't a sheep at all, but I can't tell him that. So we'll give them some snacks and we'll talk about why I'm talking about my sheep. Right, so these are my sheep, Boots and Mittens. Mittens is the white sheep and Boots has got the brown face. And they have been known to hijack a few of my YouTube shorts. They haven't appeared in their own video as such. They will start to appear a little bit more. Because Boots and Mittens, birthday sheep, just around about the start of December, they had their first shearing and their fleece was cut off and bagged up. And I had to work out what to do next with it. So, what I've got here is what's come back. So, there's a company called Cane Carding. And they do washing and carding of yarn. So what they did for me was they took the fleece of both sheep. This is Boots. Not only have they labelled it with the names of my sheepies, but they've given me some of their raw fleece as well. I mean, let's face it, I'd already kept some of their raw fleece because do I want to put it framed next to their family tree, next to a piece of their yarn? Yes, I do. So this is Boots's first fleece, all washed and carded. And then there's the bag that I sent them to, and then there's the invoice. And here we've got, this is Mittens's fleece. Now, I can't pull Mittens's one out and show you the bag very easily because it's got my address on both sides. But the same thing for Mittens. There's a piece of her just washed but not carded fleece. Oh, hello. You don't get to have your fleece carded because you just leave your dog fur everywhere, darling. Yes. So, if I take a little bit of the end of this, here's Mittens's washed and carded fleece. So, I have a spinning wheel. I have spun yarn before. But do I want to spin their baby fleece all by myself? Like, that scares me. So I'm desperately at the moment trying to find somebody who is willing to spin my fleece into yarn. Because I would really like to turn Boots and Mittens into a jumper. I keep joking about the fact that what I want to do is send Boots and Mittens back to the people who gave me Boots and Mittens when they were orphan lambs, piece by piece. Send them back as a hat, a pair of socks, you know, that sort of thing. So I do know the theory of spinning yarn. I have a spinning wheel. If it's me that ends up having to do this, the video that comes next in this series is such a long way down the line. Which side of the fence are you on, boy? I'm still on the correct side. Because I know that I'm not very good at it. I have to get my tension right. And then one of them will end up being better or worse than the other. It'll be, yeah, I would really like somebody else to spin their yarn for me first. I'm quite happy to spin the rest of their fleeces for the rest of their lives. Yeah, so what would I like to say about the project so far? First of all, cane carding in Dannevirke. If you're in New Zealand and need to get your baby sheep fleece washed and carded, which now means that I can store this for much longer because it's clean, it's ready to go, it's beautiful, much like my sheep, and I'm really happy with what they've done at the other end. It's phenomenal. I could not be a happier camper. What is fascinating in that Boots and Mittens being of different parentage, but half of their breed is the same. There is substantially more Mittens wool than there is Boots wool, and there is a slight colour difference between the two. Boots is slightly more of a warm tone, and Mittens is more of a cool tone, but they're both still quite white. Yeah, so I'm trying to find somebody who can spin this up for me. If I had 10 kilos, I don't have 10 kilos, I could get it spun professionally and get a whole lot done, but it's not going to happen. That's a really long way down the line before I ever have 10 kilos of wool all at once. Like, that's a stupid amount of wool, and it's just, it would still, that is disgusting. There's cows over there. I'd really like a house cow and an alpaca, but those are different points, and that's a different video. So chances are what's going to come next is that either I'm going to find somebody who is willing to do the spinning of Boots and Mittens, or I'm going to be spinning Boots and Mittens myself. Either way, it's exciting. There will be the turning Boots and Mittens' bits and pieces into a display board because I do have their family trees written out by their previous owners or their breeders, because Mittens over here is 100% stud ewe and Boots is 50% stud ewe. It's not your best angle, darling, is it? Is it? And Rocky is 100% purebred beagle, but you'd never know because he's trying to eat sheep snacks from the sheep. Yeah, so the saga of what am I doing with my pet sheep and how am I turning them into yarn continues. Watch this space. If this next episode occurs in a year's time, I would not be surprised at all. I could be several fleeces deep by then, but I am going to keep using cane carding, and I will keep sending their fleece away to be at least washed and carded. In the meantime, if I can find somebody to spin their lamb's wool, I will. Otherwise, I will give it a go as soon as I've got enough space to sit down and spin. At the moment, I don't have enough space or time, but mostly space and time. All right, I will catch you next week. Bye.